Okay, here's the bug. This is a 1957 Volkswagen Beetle. Everything's pretty much original. This is an aftermarket roof rack. It's the DeLuxe model without the sunroof. The DeLuxe model features hydraulic four-wheel drum brakes, a 4-speed manual with synchro mesh for 2, 3, and 4. First gear doesn't have any synchro mesh. An adjustable driver's seat, which goes fore and aft, and it has 3 back angle adjustments. Um, 1957 was the last year it had an oval rear window. So it's a 1.2-liter air-cooled boxer 4-cylinder engine. It develops about 36 horsepower. The red vinyl interior is all original except for this leather steering wheel cover, which my grandfather sewed on. The rear seats do fold down. Kind of. The DeLuxe model also features an ashtray for the rear seat passengers. I don't really fit back here. My head's kind of in the ceiling. I don't really have much knee room either. Like I said, it's a 4-speed manual transmission. That's the climate control, on or off. It's got a 1-speaker AM tube radio. Another ashtray. Glove box. As I slide back in the vinyl seats, and that folds down. Driver's only sun visor. A light. Very exciting. It's only a 6-volt system, so you don't want to leave the light on for a very long time. That's the only gauge on it, just a speedometer. There's no gas gauge. So what you do is, when it starts to sputter and run out of gas, you pull this lever, and it dumps like a gallon or a gallon and a half of gas from an auxiliary tank into the gas tank. So that's kind of cool. I already checked before. The radio does work. I already checked to see if there's any stations that'll come in, but there isn't. It's just like I said, a 1-speaker AM tube radio. The original Wolfsburg emblem. This car runs perfectly, by the way. I really love driving it. It's got a pretty smooth ride. It's got decent handling. Obviously, it kind of bobs around because, you know, I think it's on leaf springs all the way around. And the 4-wheel drum brakes aren't exactly that great, but it stops. I guess that's all you can ask of it. This is for the open the hood. Oh, come on. Yeah, I don't rehearse for these very much. Hang on a sec. There we go. Now on versions of these that are a little bit older, the windshield wipers were actually powered by the air and the spare tire. That's not the case for this one. It does have electric windshield wipers, and I'll show you those in a sec. But, here's the gas gauge. Open that, stick it in the tank. I just topped it off, so let's see. 7 inches of gas. I've never heard gas measured in inches before, but that's how you check the gas. That's I think when it's really, really full, it'll take about 8 inches. But anyways, that's that. Go over a few other controls. This is the choke, but at some point during this car's life, it was converted over to an auto choke, so this is no longer functional. Pull this out for the windshield wipers. They're either on or they're off, and they look hilarious because they're really small. They don't work that great, but there's something. And of course, you got the headlights here. You can't tell right now, but there is a light in there, and you can adjust its brightness by twisting this knob. And that illuminates for the high beams, which are down on the floor. Look at the engine. Oops. Come on. There we go. Alright, so go ahead and start it up and let it run. This isn't really a cold start. I have been driving it, so it's kind of a lukewarm start. It doesn't tell you what blinker is on, it just tells you one blinker is on. There's only one light, so that's kind of funny. High beams. So yeah, that's the bug. I'll make some driving videos of it as well.